we're going to talk about asking great questions. So here's the thing. Leaders ask amazing questions to get the best out of their people. Now, some of you might be on this call and you might say, well, Becky, I don't have a team. It's just me. Bradley's saying, Becky, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm new in the business. Who am I leading? Here's the thing, guys. You are the leaders of your company. Whether you're in a team or not, or you're an independent entrepreneur, you are leading your company. And Bradley, your team is your market center support and your team support. And you lead that team through the way that you act every day and the questions that you ask. So Dina on your team, Renee on your team, all your team support. And then you're also a leader of your clients. Every single one of you on this call today, you are not a real estate agent. You are not a business owner. Primarily. I mean, you are those things, but primarily what you are is a leader. And when you are invited into the home of a client to see their home, to give them a valuation on their home, or when you are working with a buyer, you are leading them. And if you change the way you look at that, your business is going to change. I don't know, we got a couple billion people, several billion people, and we have on this call a person who is a leader making a difference in the life of someone else who is also a leader and had an impact that has lasted forever. And Bradley was probably just showing up, seeing what they were doing, getting into conversation and providing value. And that's what leaders do. They provide value. So leaders lead by example. They inspire and motivate, right, Davile? They encourage. Nick, they show up and they give you information and they help you without being tied to the outcome because they just care about your growth and they do it for free or whatever just because, right? Leaders help people self-discover.
Oh.
You just said it. You help people self-discover their strengths, their opportunities, and you help them self-discover their reason for moving forward within that. Awesome. I love it. Janet, I'd love to hear from you.
Well, coming from a healthcare background, I have to also add care and empathy. I think you need to be empathetic, especially with new agents coming on board, understand their frustrations and just kind of guide them along.
That's so true. That's so true. Care and empathy. And may I add something to that, Janet?
Absolutely.
Care and empathy, and yet also knowing when to draw the line.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. My mentor, one of my mentors, I have 4. And one of them, her name is Diana Kokoska. She said something one time, the first coaching skills camp I went to with her, which was probably back in 2013. And she said, you can love people right out of the business. You leaders, you coaches, you can love people right out of the business. And I love that. It's care and candor and having empathy for people and then also being able to get them on the right track, right, Janet? Having care and empathy and then being able to get them to go and walk on that treadmill when they might not want to.
You still have to give them the tough love, but you know, if they fall down, you got to be there just to boost them back up.
Got to be there to kiss their little boo-boos.
That's it.
Put them right back on. All right. I love that. You guys, I appreciate you so much for engaging in this conversation. So we heard a lot of things about what great leaders do and who a leader is. And here's the thing, you can do all of that in your business with your clients. You can lead by example. You can lead by example by setting right expectations with your clients and then follow through on those expectations. You can inspire them, turn their negativity into a positive outlook through inspiration and asking them different questions. You can also be humble and vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with saying you don't know the answer. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, every transaction is unique, and this is your unique moment. And I'm going to find out the right answer for you, but I don't know right now. 4, you can help them self-discover. So in the very beginning process, when you're meeting with a buyer for the first time, or whether you're trying to get an appointment with a seller, or you're having a conversation with a seller, asking amazingly great questions will help you self-discover their needs, their motivation, so that you don't put them in a box, because they don't want to be put in a box. Right? Every agent puts them in a box. I want to sell your home because I want the 3% commission. At the end of the day, I might color code it, but that's really what I want. And then after we're done, I'm done with you, right? But when you really show up as the professional and you ask them amazing questions to understand what they want to get out of this, what's in it for them, not you, and where do they want to be? And you keep their eye on the prize and you help them navigate there, you will have an enjoyable experience as a real estate agent and business owner because of your leadership skills. And then lastly, showing empathy and care. This is a hard situation for them. You do it every day. They do it once every 5 years. And so they're going to ask questions and they're going to do things that you're not necessarily going to have a lot of empathy with, because you know the answer. You know, this just happened with me. We just sold our personal home. My husband was the realtor on it, meaning I was the realtor. And because, you know, he's new and I love him to death. And he was like, oh my gosh. And he would get so aggravated about certain things. I hope he doesn't get mad at me saying this, but then I'd say, you know what? This is every buyer, because they do this once every 5 to 10 years. They don't do it all the time like we do, right? So when you show up as a leader with every client or potential client that you work with, by leveraging all of these different tactics, you will have a business that is a top 20% business if you choose to, because people will want to work with you. They'll want to refer you. They'll want to be with you and be in your world, because you'll just make them feel so good. And they'll end the transaction saying, wow, Dovile listened to me. She got me what I wanted. Right? So you can apply this as a real estate professional with your team. Bradley, you can apply this to all of your support staff if you're on a team. Your support staff, when you're on a team, they have the most thankless job in the world. You want to know why? Because they do all the grunt work. And let's just face it, as a realtor, you make a heck of a lot more money than they do. Right? And they're here supporting you. And when you show up, whether it's Jordis in the market center, in KW Market Center, or your market center where you are, when the front desk person, the MCA, or whoever pays the bills, you know, in your market center, or whoever your broker is, those people are looking to you to lead them, believe it or not. They're not there to lead you. They're there to support you, and you are the leader leading them. Right? And secondly, when it comes to running a team, it's even more important, because what happens is, it's just like with Terry. You say, okay, I don't know, my goodness, Terry, 10 years ago we talked, and you're like, you didn't know it then, but eventually it became very clear that you didn't want to be in Vermont forever, right? And it was like, I want to give agents opportunity in the business I've already created here in Vermont, so that then I can go in another location and create more opportunity for people. And if I help my Vermont team get what they want, and I help my Florida or Georgia team get what they want, then I get what I want, which is I get to be in the South, I get to be in New England, and they are having big checks in their account, right? They're getting what they want. And guys, that's what I want to leave you with, is that if you help others as a leader, here's the number one lesson for today. And we didn't get to asking great questions. We'll have to get to that another day. When you show up and you help people get what they want, you will get what you want. And we agree with that, and we forget about it the moment it gets hard or stressful. Because then it becomes about us, because we go into defensive posture, right? Now, I don't know if that's you, it's me for sure. I go into defensive posture, and I no longer am concerned about other people getting what they want, because this is painful for me and I need to get what I want, right? But here's the thing, at the end of the day, it's in those moments that your leadership lid takes a huge jump. And the beautiful thing is that all of you on this call get to choose. You get to choose it or choose not, right? Whatever it is, the consequence or the result will be what you choose. But I can tell you right now, we had a perfect display of this on this call, where Bradley, in a very unselfish way, showed Nick something that helped him get what he wanted. And Nick will remember Bradley for the rest of his life, just because Bradley showed him how to jump rope for 15 minutes. That is the most unbelievable display of leadership in action here on this call. So we don't meet tomorrow, but here's one thing I want to leave you with, is that I want you to help people get what they want so you can get what you want. Put others first. Ask them what they want. Help them get what they want. And I promise you, what will come back into your world will be something that is beyond anything you could ever possibly imagine. Ever. Because now Nick and Bradley are in the same company. And I guarantee you those guys are going to hook up. They're going to go to lunch, and they're going to do great things together. All right. I love all of you guys. We don't meet tomorrow. Friday, we're off. And we'll be back on Monday morning. And I am super excited. We are going to get to asking questions. We're going to get to some skill set building, because you know me, I like to build skill. So I will see you all Monday. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you then. Love y'all. Bye.